Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Back in the 70s, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was 1974, Ted Heath was Prime Minister and he was having an awful lot of trouble with the unions. And so he said, who's running Britain? And called an election. And it turned out that the answer was not you, Ted, because they lost. And they had the election and Harold Wilson took over and the unions gained even more strength. Well, the same question could be asked today. Who's running Britain? And most people would say the unions. There's been a survey and 45%, most people, when you see the survey, 45% who expressed a preference said it was the unions were running Britain. The unions had too much power over the Labour government. Only 23% said the other way. The rest kind of didn't know. What's particularly telling is a quarter of all Labour voters think that the unions have got too much power over the government. And of course, this is what happens when, for example, the train drivers get a 14.25% pay rise. No strings attached. They weren't asked for increased productivity. They weren't asked to get rid of some of their Spanish practices. Nothing. Just look, here, have lots of public money. And the junior doctors, 22%. Nothing was asked of them. Just handing out money like it was confetti. And now the other unions are looking at this and thinking, me too. And they all have got their hand out. And none of them are settling for anything paltry like 3 or 4%. And indeed, the public sector unions, GMB, Unison and whatever, they're all wanting not just a pay rise, but what they're calling a reclamation. They want the pay to go up to where it should be with inflation over the last 14 years. It's effectively a near on 25% pay rise. The government haven't got the money. They're lying about the the 20 billion pounds black hole. But even so, given how big the public sector is, a 25% pay rise is completely unaffordable. And so what's going to happen? Well, the unions have got the Labour Party over the barrel, of course. They'll just go on strike. And then the people of this country will say, Labour, what are you doing about it? And they're not doing anything. After all, what can they do? Labour rely on the unions for the money. And so, yes, Labour are completely over that barrel, trousers round their ankles, and with the likes of Mick Lynch banging away at their back doors going, I want more money. I want more money. You're going to give it to me. Who's the daddy? I'll stop when you say uncle. And they're going, yes, 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 says Keir Starmer, tears in his eyes, never having had that happen to him before, as he's handing ever more money to the public services. Dearie me, what a sorry state we're in when you've got a weak man in charge of a mad government. Thanks a lot. Bye.